Throughout this course, the central theme has revolved around the symbiotic relationship between technology and culture. Neither element stands completely alone, nor does either element develop or evolve without some manner of influence from the other. As societies develop, grow, and innovate, the burgeoning technologies have influenced the cultures that use them. And in turn, the ways in which those cultures use those technologies impacts how those technologies evolve, or in some cases die in the future. In such cultural trend in modern times that has had both significant impacts on both society and technology is the annual retail promotional event we all know as Black Friday. Historically, there are several events that led to that name of Black Friday and the current retail frenzy that ensues. However, for the sake of brevity, we're only focused on that which led up to the current manifestation. It isn't really the name that matters, but the event and relevant technology that influence the culture and society in which it belongs. The increase of retail promotions associated with the Thanksgiving holiday were seen as early as the 1920s, with it settling on the day after Thanksgiving, occurring more predominantly in the 1950s. By the 1980s, the event was seen as an indicator of how business, a sector, or the economy as a whole might fare for that particular holiday shopping season. Over time, the Black Friday event has transformed from a single-day event to a multi-day event that now includes many of the same promotions in the online shopping realm, centralizing online shopping during Cyber Monday. 30 years ago, retailers influenced shoppers through traditional mass communications media, such as TV, radio, print, and incentivized early arrivals of shoppers by offering doorbuster prizes of merchandise or additional discounts. Now, in addition to the traditional media, consumers are engaged by marketers using all available digital media through portable devices and computers, messaging via internet, social media, and email. It is necessary to point out that while the Black Friday tradition has incorporated many different communication strategies and technologies in order to influence consumers, the event of Black Friday in itself is a type of technology within the marketing field that has had impacts on society, culture, and the economy in significant ways. As we already stated, Black Friday financials have been an accepted indicator for decades relative to forecasting the success of holiday season sales. This event has also had significant sociocultural impacts that shouldn't be understated. Many families, having just completed traditional festivities the day before, continue into the next day with traditions of braving the crowds to collectively get the shopping deals. These families see this activity as almost a game or a sport and relish their ability to quantify their cost-saving metrics at the end of the day. Others with limited monetary resources see this as an opportunity to increase their buying power on consumer goods that they may not regularly be able to afford. As my field of study is marketing, it is interesting to explore how the Black Friday event as a technology has evolved and how our culture is complicit in the way in which it has evolved. We sometimes look at how technology can be used as a control, and this perspective is often seen as a negative construct. However, in the case of Black Friday, it seems as though both the consumer and the technology are in a symbiotic state of control with each other. Consumers are collectively unable to pass up the deal that increases buying power out of a necessity to stretch limited resources, while the collective event of Black Friday continues because of the control that consumers have over it. If there were a better way to stretch the limited resources, Black Friday would potentially lose meaning. This is already being seen with the increase of online shopping occurring simultaneously with Black Friday. One such retailer, Recreational Equipment Incorporated, or REI, decided to test this theory 3 years ago with a counterculture marketing campaign that closed all of their stores on Black Friday and encouraged both shoppers and employees to instead head outside and enjoy nature for the day. Well, I'll speak more to this case study in a moment. It is suffice to say that they've proved that the physical shopping event of Black Friday is unnecessary for holiday season shopping success. They were able to leverage a different set of technologies, as well as some of the same, and used a new narrative that resonated with many consumers to change how they perceived both value and the way to achieve it from a retail perspective. As with many sociocultural components of technology, there are both positive and negative aspects. It is apparent that one can see a social constructionist view when analyzing the Black Friday event. The event from its beginnings would not have thrived without the acceptance and participation of the willing and motivated consumer. While one might argue that the marketing mechanisms provided some strong influence to motivate the consumer, it is the continued and growing participation of the consumer that keeps the retail machine grinding away. Only until the last few years have we seen change in the Black Friday relevance to the modern consumer, mostly due to the increased acceptance and use of online shopping mechanisms. Online hubs such as Amazon, as well as the digital marketplaces for physical retailers, have begun to decrease the relevance of a need to be physically located in a store and achieve increased buying power.